Well, here at WTOL at 11, we take pride in telling your stories each day, and sometimes we share ours as well in hopes of connecting with you at home. Tonight, our Amanda Fay opens up about a disease she's been managing for almost a decade now. It's all to raise awareness this week for chronic conditions you may be diagnosed with as well: Crohn's and ulcerative colitis.
This is actually good.
Yeah, this is considerably better than the last time.
Okay.
Dr. Benjamin Hart is a gastroenterologist at UTMC. He happens to be my GI.
About a year ago, was very raw, very friable.
I was first diagnosed with Crohn's disease about 8 years ago, shortly after I'd moved to Toledo. It started as pretty severe abdominal pain that wouldn't quit, then diarrhea. I couldn't eat anything but chicken broth and saltines. Finally, after weeks of worsening symptoms, I spiked a fever and decided to go to the hospital. It was Crohn's. But what is Crohn's?
Crohn's and ulcerative colitis are two inflammatory bowel diseases. These are thought to be an autoimmune process that is really involving very significant inflammation and ulceration, often of the colon, and in the setting of Crohn's can be throughout the entire GI tract.
Not just a stomach ache. Both are chronic diseases, no cure. And Dr. Hart says there's no known cause, so prevention isn't an option. And treating IBD is tricky. As Dr. Hart can attest, no patient is the same.
Options have gone up exponentially over the last few years, but it's still a little bit of a learning curve as far as what's going to work for each patient, because not all of these meds work on every patient.
Luckily, I found a drug that worked for several years. Not simply a pill, but what's called a biologic, which required an infusion at the hospital every 2 months. But I felt much better. I even carried and delivered a healthy baby girl. I enjoyed a typical life as a new mom. And then 2020 happened. I fell out of remission and back into the throes of the disease.
There was a lot of inflammation, and I just remember doing a procedure and being like, we have to do something.
Right now, about 3 million Americans manage inflammatory bowel disease, and many are diagnosed as adolescents. Support, which I thankfully got from my husband, is paramount. Management of Crohn's in UC means countless lab draws, stool samples, my personal favorite, and colonoscopies. Can't someone find a way to make the prep taste better? But it's all to avoid serious complications.
If those things develop, some of those things can be pretty severe and even potentially life-threatening.
Thankfully, I found another medication that has worked, a twice-monthly injection. I received a clean bill of health this week from Dr. Hart.
Inflammation was completely gone. Everything had looked completely healed.
And I'm so grateful for the encouragement from you at home as well. During Crohn's and Colitis Awareness Week, Dr. Hart says, don't ignore your symptoms. Reporting in South Toledo, Amanda Fay, WTOL 11.